Hi Drapti, hi Mahesh.
Hi, Vaibhav.
Hi, Vaibhav.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mahesh, you have to switch on your camera.
Yes, I did.
Okay. So I'll just give you, means I think we have already discussed about the job profile and the location, right?
Yes, yes, last time.
Yeah, and timings as well.
You said the availability, it will depend upon the
Yeah,
24/7.
24/7 availability is required, and also we are having 12 to 9 daily working, okay?
Okay.
Means shift start at 12 and end time is 9, but most probably it will extend. Okay, we are a deployment team and it will extend till 11. We are
Okay.
having 15 applications in our bucket and one or another applications having deployment daily
Yeah.
after business hours. So it may extend till 11. So I hope that's also fine for you.
Yes, yes, actually. Right now we are
Okay.
supporting 160 applications. It will happen most
Okay.
often.
Okay, no issues then. If that is the case, then we can quickly start with your brief introduction, your current tech stack, and your day-to-day activities.
Yeah. My complete name is Mahesh Banda, Vaibhav. So coming to my experience, I have 6 years of experience and I belong to Hyderabad. I hold CKA, Certified Kubernetes Administrator. So coming to my experience completely, I worked in two different companies, the six experience. The first one is Amazon and the current one is Data IRP. So over here, I am working for a client called Applied Materials. It's a global semiconductor manufacturing chain. So my day-to-day activities includes like I said, we are supporting 160 plus applications, right? So day in, day out, we have to support CHX, CD, or application related issue, any vulnerabilities like that, even
Mm-hmm.
vulnerabilities also. And next is we are onboarding a new application at the same time. Means if there is any new requirement, we have to work on that one. Otherwise, we have created a automation. We'll just configure and deploy them. And next would be along with this, from time to time, we are optimizing our process. What we are doing is any repeatable tasks. It means we definitely will look for optimization. That is the third one. Day-to-day activities will be like this. Coming to my achievements in here, I have migrated 110 applications from ARO to AKS. So what we did in here was I have developed scripts from scratch. Existing, we have Rosa and ARO environments. So I have developed for AKS from scratch. First 25 applications I have migrated on my own. Rest I have guided my team actually. Next would be migration of 58 application from OCP to ARO. So what we done in here was means 58 applications. Some of them are not Helm standardized. We have migrated them within the record span time of 4 months actually. The third one is we have contained a live supply chain attack. I was part of that actually. Uh, Using JFrog credentials, I found that error and we traced back it to 17 applications. It is silently harvesting our AWS credentials, Jenkins build host credentials. So immediately we have cordoned that Jenkins build host and updated ARO, AKS, Rosa, EKS, all JFrog and SSH keys across 81 different projects. All we have updated within by maintaining zero
Mhm.
downtime actually.
Okay,
Sorry.
nice.
And yeah, that's all about me.
Okay. And have you worked on CI/CD pipelines?
Yes, yes, it is part of my regular work actually, Jenkins.
And what are the different stages or activities performed in your CI/CD pipeline?
So we categorize them into two different categories. The first one is CI and the second one is CD. So CD was our initial one. After that, we have introduced CI. So what happening in CD was it is happening basically building the application. So in here there is a build image and a build image and push it to JFrog repository. So for each and every tech stack, we have developed a Docker base file. On top of that, we'll build the image. And the next stage would be it would be OCP Helm stage. So using the image and templates that we have provided, it will create all the helms, and the last stage would be deploy stage. So it will deploy to the deployment, the target that we have given, whether it could be AKS, EKS, Rosa, anything.
Okay. And do
Sorry,
you have info?
I haven't
Yes,
mentioned
sorry.
the CI. CI, how it is working was CI is completely code related. Means for code quality checks, we have configured this one. So our branching strategy is release dev for dev environment, release QA for QA environment, and release prod for prod environment. So what we are doing is whenever any development is needed, developer has to create a feature branch from release dev and then raise a PR to means he will develop that code in feature branch and will raise a PR to the release dev. So while raising this PR, we have used used webhooks actually, and now we are using webhooks. Earlier we used hooks. So it will go through this lint for code formatting structure audit for doing any known vulnerabilities. Next would be unit test case stage. It will check for the code unit test cases in the only differences that we made. And last would be sonar stage. So this is our only if these all are passes, we are allowing too much, means we have added requirables actually. If not, it will fail.
Okay. And in your CD stage, don't you have any automated test suites?
No, actually, this we are discussing actually. We are trying to implement this one. We are trying to add it as a post-build action, that too for QA and production environment. But it
Okay.
is still in the discussion state. I think once it is decided, they will go for POC.
Mhm. Okay. And consider a case where my code was committed in Git. Okay. Build was success in Jenkins,
Okay.
but deployment failed. So what are the possibilities where it's failing?
Deployment got failed. In the, let's say, I'm assuming it went to deploy stage, and deploys pod is unable to schedule the new one. So in this case, I would say there could be multiple reasons. One could be the pod might be in the pending state. Pending state is due to node resource issue. There might be node resource issue or selector issue or tolerations issue. Anything could be there. So or PVC issue. So based on these issues, we have to work accordingly. If it is a PVC issue, let's say, we have to create a appropriate PV which is looking, which is that deployment is looking for, and make sure it is in bound state. Then this will work. If it is a tolerations issue, we have to add tolerations to this uh, deployment. Basically selectors is the same case. uh, yeah, if it is a resource constraint issue, assuming yeah, we have to add new nodes actually. That's why we are using node pools, and there is an auto cluster in our case. Sorry, auto enablement. So that is
Okay, let's keep this as a deployment failures. Any other case you don't you see?
crash loop backup could is the main reason, means
No,
majority
no,
of the
no.
cases.
That's again in the deployment issues, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes, when
Okay,
it's
in the
went
build
to the
stage itself
deployment
you're
stage.
saying.
Yeah.
Okay, in the code build stages, if it is getting error, most probably in our cases it is due to code related issue. Some, let's say,
But
take example.
your build is already successful.
Build is successful, but deployment is failing.
Yes.
Uh, Build is successful, deployment is failing. Means okay, after build stage, let's say Helm stage. I would assume this the image that we where we have pushed. So I
Mm-hmm.
will check first and foremost. I have to check the console output, whether it is failing in the Helm stage or whether it is failing in the deploy state. If it is failing in the Helm stage, I would look at the error. What exactly is causing the error? Sometimes we might have given incorrect values in the values.yaml. So means indentation error, something like that. That could be the error. Sometimes what I would say is access issue. JFrog, sorry, Helm. We are pushing it to JFrog. So this access might not be there. That is the case. In the deployment, it is completely related to the pod as we discussed.
Okay. Yes. So there could be two step basically. One is where you put your images in repository and paging the repository. That's one stage, and the second one is actual deployment where the failures can happen.
Yes.
Okay. You have work on on-premise OpenShift as well?
Yes, I have worked on it. But by the time I am entering, they are been migrating, but I have worked partly on that. Yes.
Okay, the 58 applications which you were
Yes.
mentioning. Okay. Okay, can you just tell me the difference between deployment config, and stateful states?
Uh, deployment configs and stateful sets. So deployments is basically we are using an application. Let's say uh, in here we will define all the details required to the deployments, image, volume mounts, and config maps, secrets, everything replicas for that matter. So everything will mention through a deployment.yaml, and will make sure that this deployment will make sure that uh, basically we are combining everything at a single place and deploying it. Deployment configs, it is a part of OpenShift actually, not a part of vanilla Kubernetes, but I couldn't give accurate description of this one. But whereas stateful sets, basically the basic difference between stateful sets is And deployments we are using for applications. API means when any application that we are hosting HTTP, HTTPS like that. Whereas stateful sets majorly we'll use for the DB related activities. So what it will do is it will basically maintain. Sorry, I couldn't explain in detail.
No issues. Okay. And what are the different deployment strategies you have gone through?
In Kubernetes, you meant?
Yeah, Kubernetes, OpenShift, both is
Yes.
fine.
In Kubernetes, actually, majority of the times we are using rolling update only. So
Mm-hmm.
max surge 25 minimum. We are going min surge 25. By default, we are going majority of the cases. But recently, a POC came for this blue green deployment actually. So there, blue green deployment basically what will happen means there will be two running environments at the same time. Means traffic will partly go. Partly go to the blue deployment. It is old deployment, and partly to the green deployment. That is so basically through switch we can do it. Another deployment is a canary deployment, but I have vague idea on that one. I worked on through knowledges only I got is canary deployment. Another one is recreate. Recreate is not recommended anyway because it doesn't have downtime. It has zero downtime basically. Sorry,
It's
pod.
having downtime.
It's having downtime. Yes.
Okay. Okay. And if I ask you to select one of the best deployment strategy out of these three to achieve a zero downtime, which will you choose?
Best deployment strategy. It would actually vary from time to time. Means from application to application. What I'm trying to say is because
Mm-hmm.
rolling strategy, canary deployment, and blue green deployment, all this has zero downtime. We can make it them through zero downtime. Uh, but if you want to test your new deployment for the first and then release it to the wide range, then in that case, I think going with canary deployment is good uh, uh, because canary deployment what it will do is it will ensure that only few pods are deployed using the updated code and using istio means that istio we will divert traffic to it partly here partly to the old one. So based on the results, we can decide whether we have to increase this new deployment further or not. But if it is normal deployment dev and QA, we can use rolling update as well because rolling back is very easy. With one command, we can roll back.
Okay. Tell me about the auto scaling.
Auto scaling in terms of Kubernetes auto scaling, it would be implemented through HPA. So HPA means horizontal pod autoscaler. Basically, what it will do is based on the thresholds that we have defined in the HPA, let's say, be it CPU or be it memory, if it reaches, let's say, 70% of this threshold, it will increase one or two pods. Means it will increase the number of pods. Let's say it is maintaining a replica of two, but it has reached a threshold of 70 at any given point of time. It will add new pods, and then once the traffic is subsided it will come back to its normal position. This is in
Okay.
terms of pods. In cluster we can use autoscalers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Any other?
uh, Pod, yeah, nodes and pods is I can think of right now.
Okay. There is one more. Vertical auto scaling.
Yes, sorry, vertical autoscaling. Basically what will happen in this case is um, same node, and let's say we want to add more resources to that particular node. In that case we'll use vertical scaling, but it is very rare scenarios that we are using vertical scaling. Most of the times we'll prefer horizontal autopod scaling. What it will do is it will basically let's say there is one node, it will replicate the same node again, uh,
Mm-hmm.
like that. Horizontal pod auto scaling is like that, whereas vertical scaling, the same node we are adding more resource on top of that, like that.
Okay, consider a case where I'm having HPA configured where my minimum replica set is 2, maximum is 5. Currently, I'm running on 2 replicas. Okay. I
Okay.
have configured HPA CPU. In HPA configuration, I have mentioned CPU limit as 70 and memory as 75.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
sure.
I'm having a huge number of requests in thousand, means you can consider thousands of requests are pushed on my application in a short period of time.
Okay.
Will that trigger an HPA to auto scale the pods?
Uh, so the replica we are maintaining too, and the number of requests are coming at large scale. And we have only two pods, right? So
Yeah,
once this pods reached a threshold of 70 and 75, like we have mentioned, in that case only it will schedule the one more new pod actually. Yes, it will definitely, because the traffic is keep on increasing at there is a sudden spike in the traffic, right? Yeah, yes, it will scale up the pods.
yeah,
Yes,
but it's in the what we can say in the in the form of requests.
in the form of request. Okay, round robin method. So only one request per pod is what I'm assuming. So it will, the first two requests will be hitted by the pod, and then the next request might be in the waiting state. I have to look further in this one. So basically, since we have given threshold based on CPU and memory, only when the CPU and memory spike has reached this certain point, then only it will rise, is what I believe.
Okay. And consider a case where my CPU was increased to 80, memory 85, and my pod means at this point I'm expecting it will scale up the pods.
Yes.
But in my case, it's not happening. What could be the issue?
Okay. I think in this scenario, we have to check the events of this HPA first and foremost. There would be two state actually. Sometimes what will happen is this HPA doesn't have the proper selectors defined of the deployments. So basically, it is not connected to any deployment. What I'm trying to say, as a result, it is unable to scale. The second I would say is sometimes it will get success, but I'm not able to recall the correct error. But in this scenario, HPA is connected. There could be means even in the even if the resource means if HP is correct, but if still the no new pods are not scheduling, it could be resource issue at the node level. What I'm trying to say is, means maybe this particular namespace has a namespace limit. As a result, it is unable to schedule no more new pods, or the node might have reached a capacity, and it is unable to schedule
Okay.
no more new nodes like that.
Could be one case.
This would be one case. Yeah, that I could think of right now. Yeah.
Okay. And if I rephrase this question, okay,
Mhm.
my pods are scaled up to 4 and traffic is stabilized after 1 hour. Okay. And after that also 1 hour passed. Okay. But still my pods not getting scaled down or going to the minimum replica count.
Yes. Uh, it is not going to the normal position. It is not going to the normal. Um,
Yeah.
In this case, I think we have to check the utilization of the pods in the first place. kubectl top pods followed by the sort in that manner, and see if the pods are still using those resources. Sometimes what happened was due to some code related issue, or the resources keep on constantly consumes um, at a gradual pace basically. So I assume it has reached that capacity. Means basically we have to check the logs where exactly this is causing the error, and it is not coming back. Not coming back. Yeah, sorry. That I will think of.
Okay. No issues. Uh, Consider a case where I'm having one microservice,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and having same configuration, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And on that configuration, I have scaled up 5 pods,
Okay.
okay. All the 5 pods are able to connect to the database, able to handle the traffic, able to connect to the backend applications, and giving me the success response.
Okay.
Means it's not a new deployment. It was running for a few days, and one day I noticed that one of the pod giving me health checks failure. Okay, it's showing 0 1. Maybe readiness or liveness was failing.
Alive.
When I
Okay.
check, okay, when I check the pod logs, there I can find connection timeout happening. Okay, and it's not having it means it's not able to connect to means it's getting the connection timeout error after 90,000 microseconds.
Okay, okay.
Okay, but even at this point as well, other four pods are working fine. So what do you think could be the issue, and from where I have to start to find the means to do the RCA?
RCA, first and foremost, kubectl. I will start with kubectl get deploy, get pods, kubectl get pods,
Hmm?
and then I will do kubectl describe pod and check the events, what exactly is causing the issue. Since the pod is working and we're getting timeout, I have to check logs as well, kubectl logs. If the pod is restarted, kubectl logs hyphen hyphen previous, followed by the pod name and the hyphen hyphen previous, I should check. And this is
It's
getting
not restarted, so that's not the case. Means you
okay.
don't have to go to the previous logs.
Okay, and based on the logs, uh, sorry, I couldn't think of Viva.
Okay. If I add few details over here, initially I just mentioned connection timeout, but I haven't mentioned where it's happening. Okay. Now I'm saying it's happening while connecting to the database. JPA connection issue means it's not able to connect to the database. Still,
So,
do you think of any issues?
yes, yes. If it is a yes, a clearly connectivity issue. If this is the case, in this case, first and foremost, I would to get into the pod kubectl exec it followed by the pod name hyphen hyphen bash. Get into the pod and
Hmm?
do the network testing first and foremost. Get these DB details, port number, and do first start with ping and then telnet command, so telnet whatever the DB name, and then nc command nc dash zv, um, uh, DB name followed by that. So based on this results that we are getting of this from these commands, we can see whether
Hmm?
connectivity is established or not in the first place. Even if the connectivity is ping is working, we have to see if the port is enabled for this, let's say 5432 for some dbs, right? So if that port is enabled or not. Sometimes what will happen was, we might have added egress as well, means ingress it is coming, egress it might not be going out. So means um, bidirectional fcr is enabled or
I
not,
agree.
we have to check.
Network could be one issue, but if it's network issue towards DB, then other four ports must have failed or having the same issue.
Yes, yes. Other four pods should have the same issue, correct? um Only this one is getting, I would say this has reached, maybe it is reached a capacity, as a result it is working slow, I'm not sure.
Sorry.
uh yeah, I couldn't answer, yeah, sorry.
Okay, no issues. Consider a case where you are having a JPA Spring Boot applications, okay,
Okay,
which you have deployed on the OpenShift,
okay.
and it was working for some time, okay, and it's restarted in between. Means you have seen that there was restart happened, and when you check the describe means pod describe,
Mm-hmm.
there you can see that the status of the file was means status of the pod or exit code was 143. Okay,
143.
readiness probe was failed,
Okay.
and when you check the previous logs, okay, there you can see means logs before the restart. There you can see a potentially connection leak was happened.
Yes.
Okay, so my first question: what is exit code 143, and when it happens?
Exit code 143 125 plus 8. uh, uh, Sorry, I couldn't get. Exit code 143 137 is a memory related kill related issue.
Correct.
143 143 plus 25, right? One that one. Sorry, I couldn't recall. 143.
Okay, 143 is graceful termination, but who triggers
Yeah.
it?
Graceful termination, it could happen due to multiple issues, I guess. One, I think it is due to aborted. Let's say we have whenever we have manually aborted, that is one case. And the second one, just recently read. Sorry, I couldn't recall.
Okay, no issues. But do you think connection leak could have caused the restart? Or I'm not checking the exact issue, or issue could be different. Anything else?
Uh,
In the previous logs, means I can see a potential connection leak was mentioned in the logs.
yes, sometimes.
But will that restart your pod? Or I'm not checking the exact part of the logs where the issue is mentioned.
No, no, restart will often in the scenario of 137 most often, but in 143, I guess it is it will be in the aborted state. I guess it will not happen the restart in this scenario.
Okay, so but in the OpenShift logs, it's showing exit code was 143. That's confirmed. Okay. Only the root cause what we are discussing means checking could be the different. Means I'm not on the exact root cause which I mentioned in connection leak. So what could be the other cases or where I have to check?
Still, I'm unable to think of this 143 scenario, so that's what I'm. In our Jenkins cases, most probably I saw this error in when I aborted the pipelines. I saw this 143, I guess. But I mean,
Okay,
whenever.
let's keep 143 aside.
Uh-huh,
Okay.
hmm.
In your pod, you are having connection leak, potential connection leak was detected. Readiness probe was failed with connection refuse. In this case, is it possible that it will restart your pods?
Yes, if readiness probe is failing, definitely it will restart. The Kubernetes will restart the uh, pod for sure because it will try to. Because in deployment.yaml, if we have mentioned the restart policies as always, it will continuously try to restart the pod.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, in scenarios like never, it won't restart actually. So basically, if readiness probe or any health check is failing, a liveness probe, if it is failing, it will definitely restart the pod and it will uh, try to restart the pod.
Okay,
Yeah.
possible. So, how you fix this issue at the application level or configuration level?
Um, I fix this at the application level. If it's a readiness probe, right? Readiness probe means first and foremost we have to check what is the application start time. Based on that, we have to give the appropriate timeout. Actually, sometimes some applications.
But just means maybe you have missed this detail. I was saying that pod was running for some time or some days and then it restarted.
Then it is. Couldn't think correct scenario in this. Vaibhav, sorry.
Okay, no issues.
Mhm.
Uh, do you have any experience on the monitoring tools?
Monitoring tools, mostly we have used Datadogs. This we have from application perspective, I have used actually to track what exactly is causing the means to track the usage of the particular pod and node like that.
And do you have any exposure on Dynatrace or Splunk?
No, we are using Datadog and Splunk. Dynatracer, I heard about it, but I have to look into it. Yes,
Okay. Um, have you explored Linux as well?
yes, I do. Yes, Linux is. Well, I'm trying to do certification in that. Yeah.
Okay. And if I ask you to create a batch which what we can say archives my daily logs and move to the another folder, how we can do that?
Okay, we have to automate this one. I think yes. Um, we have to create a batch.
Yes. What commands will be part of that batch?
We have to copy them from one position to another. Sorry, could you please repeat the question?
I'm having a one server where application logs are generated daily. Okay.
Okay,
If I keep them on the same server, I'm getting means FS
solution.
issue what could be the mm, happen. So what I'm thinking, let's archive them and move to the another server, another location.
First, in that
The
case,
I will keep 5 days logs on the same server, and the logs before 5 days can be zipped, sorry, archived.
uh, in this case, I think first we have to zip the file, and for this I can use XVZ, tar dash XVZ something, and then I have to use we have to move it to a different place. So MV command I can use if it is part of same or copy I can use, I guess. Uh, so, sorry, yeah, don't recall.
But you have to make sure that you are not zipping everything. How you will decide that which files to zip?
Okay, I first if I'm thinking out loud actually. So I have a file and I will print the lines grep and then copy them to another file and then uh, sorry, tar that and then move it to the different location like that.
Yes, that's the requirement. But commands, how you will decide that?
Tar xv move command. First, so okay, I will do cat and then I will cat followed by the file name and grep. Sorry, last tails. Let's say some 200 lines, and then two greater than symbols. Add a file there, file name, and that is one. First, I have created the file. Then I will tar this tar xvz and followed by the file name. It will it will it will zip the file mm, and then move this from this current location to means mv followed by the current path, the desired path, like that.
Okay. And if I ask you to check this CPU throttling issue on Linux servers, how you would do that?
CPU throttling issue. First df, no df, that's space related. uh, CPU throttling. GTL port. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't recall. I haven't debugged in the Linux yet.
Okay, no issues. Do you have any exposure on Oracle or SQL?
uh, I have supported Python and React application mostly and .NET. Oracle, I have to
Hmm.
get familiarize myself, get familiarized.
Okay. And have you worked on WebSphere applications as well?
No, I have to look at that.
Okay, consider a case where you are release manager. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a bug fix plan to be delivered on production, which is very important for a client. They are having a push where they need to deploy that bug fix ASAP in production. Okay. So we have planned for evening. Same bug fix you have deployed in non-prod environment. Testing was happening over there, and tester reported that 80% cases were success, 20% cases were failed.
Okay.
Okay. And as a release manager, you have to decide the path forward, what you will choose and why.
Okay. In non-prod environment, we are getting successful rate of 80%, and means 20% there is a chance of bug like that you are saying. Correct me if I understood anywhere wrong. Um,
Yeah,
so
failed.
we
There are
so I have
20% cases which are failed.
which are failed, and we have to decide whether this application should go to production or not, right? But and this is important bug fix.
Yeah, from client's end, we are having push to have it in production ASAP.
Okay. In this scenario, I think we have to take a decision. Yes, there is a major bug fix in the production, but the lower environment itself is not stable in this scenario. Means 80% of the failure rate is not the expected usage in the real environment. So I would insist on maintaining the standards. I mean, insist on the maintaining the standard, because if this goes to in the production environment, there might be more failures than the current expected usage. So if the client is insisting on this particular changes to be moved to fix the current bug, but I would try to get into the call and explain the scenario. If we push the same code, it might cause more issues than the current one. So, but means based on my current experience, I will say, let's say
Mm-hmm.
I have prod deployment while migrating. The code is not stable actually. The production code is not stable in the sense it has a major one error it is coming, and they have to upload daily a report on that one, and with that page is not working. As a result, we have to push this code to release prod. But in the
Mm-hmm.
code we have found a major bug, means 8 critical vulnerabilities we found. The client is very much insistent on that. That code is moved for now, the bug will be fixed later. But I clearly means I clearly said that this might fix the issue for the time being, but these major bugs might be causing might be causing for a more issues, right? Because like a Python LLM case, there might be a bug which might be used by the hacker and get into the servers, so which might
Mm-hmm.
compromise the entire security in the first place itself. So like this, I have conveyed him for that. They have agreed it actually. Um,
Obviously, you have to be transparent to the
yes,
customer, whatever decisions you are taking, and they had to be taken in the confidence.
yes. Then they
Okay,
have agreed.
describe.
After that, we added this. Sometimes even without our acknowledgement, there is a different team that is managing production. Means development is our
Mhm.
part, so they're directly merging it to the case. So to avoid these scenarios, we have implemented this approvals as well. Only a client and application lead can merge any code to release prod like that.
Okay. Consider a case, means describe a time you had to manage an emergency release. How you do that?
Emergency release. So I think I can relate it to UAT. Sorry, this application, IOMS application that I have done. So what happened was, as a part of migration only actually from OCP to ARO, what happened was this application, there is a Bitbucket downtime planned at the same time. So,
Mhm.
sorry, could you please repeat the question?
A case where emergency release to be deployed and you are part of it.
Okay.
Yes, how you are handling the situation in that case.
So
What you are
whenever,
doing.
yeah, whenever IOMS is one such case, actually, this is a one manufacturing critical application. So they will have time
Mhm.
from time to time emergency related issues. So in this scenario, we cannot go through the official, let's say, uh, sets. Means we have to inform certain set of teams that we are going for the production prior only. But in these scenarios, we'll take confidence of into SIG team, developers, and customer, and proceed accordingly. Actually, so what I would do first and foremost, I would understand the emergency situation based on the assessment. What exactly is the impact
Mhm.
of this situation, and after that, whether it needs this emergency, whether it needs to be categorized as an emergency or not in the first place, because it can, if not, it can be gone in the gone in the next deployment cycle. And if it is really an emergency scenario, then I would reach out to the um, I would test them thoroughly in the local environments. Means I will make sure that it is tested in the thoroughly in the local environment, and then only then it is pushed to the release prod, without any exceptions for the code, without compromising anywhere related to the code quality checks.
Okay, nice. And is your CI/CD pipeline fully automated till production?
Uh, our production, we have automated it recently actually. Means any PR that is merged to release prod will deploy, will auto trigger the production pipeline. So we reduce the dependency from message basically. And this CI, how it will work means, sorry, code quality, how it will work means, developer will create a feature branch from release dev, feature branch, and will raise a PR. During this time, this code quality checks will be done, all these lint, audit, sonar, and unit test cases. Only if it is all these
Mhm.
stages are passed, it will be able to merge, and from release dev to release QA, release QA to release prod. In this way, the code is
CI is automated.
CI is automated.
And what about the CD?
CD dev and QA environment, manual deployment only. We have given access to the developers because, like we said, we 160 plus applications. So we have ensured that developer has access and they can deploy it their convenience time. But prod,
Mhm.
Recently, we have automated. Before that, a dedicated team used to be their SIG team. They used to manage these triggers and everything. But we have removed that dependency as well. Whenever the developers are feel that they are ready to push in prod, we are doing auto CD. Means through merging from any branch to release prod, if they merge, the pipeline will trigger production pipeline. But we have
But
ensured this is
then how you are ensuring that complete thorough testing is happened and code is good to be delivered in production?
uh, because we have kept a basically checks. We have ensured that admin privileges is not with the developers of this particular Bitbucket repo, let's say, and they cannot create any release branches. They can create only feature branches, and any PR raised from feature to non-release branch to release branch will be for sure has to go through CHX. Means the automatically the pipeline will trigger. Only then the merge option will be available for them because we have enabled require builds. And the production deployment will happen only through release prod pipelines like that. So release prod branches.
Okay.
These are the checks that we have placed in there.
Mhm. What is your notice period?
Right now, I'm serving my notice period. August 18th is my last working day.
18th August. Okay. And you mentioned the domain of your application is semiconductors, right?
Means that application is manufacturing partly, partly
Mm-hmm.
this testing R&D mostly. Most of the applications are R&D. Some are HR related, internal application we have managed, but manufacturing R&D applications.
Okay, manufacturing and R&D.
Mm.
Okay, I think that's it from my side. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes. May I know what are the environments that you guys are working on and the tools that you guys are using?
Okay, if you ask for environments, I'm having 5 non-prod environments, including dev,
Okay.
okay, and production, obviously.
Uh-huh.
And um, we are using Jenkins for the orchestration, OCP on-premise, WebSphere as means I'm having 15 applications, you can say, where 4 applications in OCP, where others are in WebSphere. In four, when I say 4 applications in OCP, that is the what we can say projects. Okay, there are multiple microservices part of it. So we are having quarterly releases where we have to deploy these applications. We are having monthly and weekly releases as well for bug fixes.
Okay.
And we are using Dynatrace and Splunk for monitoring. Okay.
Okay.
SQL as a backend database.
Okay. SQL. Okay.
So that's the thing.
Uh, may I know the team strength and how many you guys are?
Okay, currently we are 4 people, 2 at offshore, 2 at onshore. Okay,
Sure.
one onshore person is from client's team or client's company itself. Okay, and the second onshore person is from Infosys. One person is from offshore Infosys. Till now, both the offshore contacts are Infosys, but now one means the person who is joining on this position will be the client representative.
Okay. Sure. Got it. Yeah. Those are my doubts. Thanks, Vaibhav, for clearing
Okay,
it.
then thank you. We'll let you know the decision. Okay, I have to forward the data to the client, and if they select, you will be called for the second round of interview where client actually involved.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see. Hope for the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.